Alright, so yesterday I didn't really get to film. We were too busy working on Adam LZ's car. We did his clutch, but we got that done. And now today is for Drew, once again. So Drew finally got a template on his car so we can go get it down and get emissions, but it's finally at the shop again. So we are now able to dial in a few things.
Oh yeah. So
it's been a long time coming. Like, we've been waiting for Drew to be able to drive this car for a really long time, and the fact that it made it all the way to the shop is fantastic. Honestly, on the top of the list, it needs an alignment, it needs its brake bled, and it needs some pedal adjustments, and then it should be pretty good to drive. So I don't know what else, but just a few buttoning up and we should be all set. It's so great to see Drew's car finally back here. I don't know if you know this, but Drew's car was actually here for a month a little while ago. We trailed it down here just to do a few big things on it while Haggard was actually on tour, so we had the space. So I'm gonna head down to my buddy Justin's shop that I went to, I believe, in the last other video. And get a few things done with him. What's up, Tony? Looks like Justin is in the office, so we might have to come back later, either today or tomorrow, but we'll get it done. Justin wasn't there at the shop. He's the buddy I've been working with down there, so we came back to the shop. I gotta pull my car out. We gotta help Don pull his tranny because it's unbolted, but he can't get it off. And then we're gonna go work on Drew's coupe. I think the first thing we should probably do is just get it on jack stands and do your brakes.
Yeah.
It's probably your best bet.
True.
Alright, so Drew decided to send it, he's gonna send it to emissions real quick before we even start working on it. Just get that over with, because his temporary reg actually expires today, so good luck, Drew. Definitely gonna fail, but you can still get registered on a failed emission, so screw it. So I finally got Donovan's tranny out. It was a lot of aggressive shaking, but it finally popped out. Going in, it might be a little more difficult, but there you go. One thing at a time. Oh, damn, look at that KA tranny. Alright, clutch is out, and it looks like it was an OEM clutch. And Don was definitely on the rivets, so needed a new one pretty good. Yeah, there you go. That looks pretty used up, Don. All right, so since my face is always messy. So since Donovan's, we just got his flywheel off. So now we got to remove the pilot bearing. So the pilot bearing actually is just a little brass bearing. It's a little bushing, and you could probably see it right on the end of that. So that sits in the back of the motor, and we have to get that out. And we're gonna do so with hamburger buns.
Make sure they're clean. They have to be clean hamburger buns, right? Oh yeah.
If you can see it, there's a little ring on the inside of that. We have to pop that out. So we're gonna do that right now using our good old-fashioned hamburger buns. So rip a piece off like you're gonna throw it to the birds and just stuff it right up in there. Feed that hungry motor. Nice 3/8 extension. Just get her in there. Get some more bread.
Alright, so we got something that fits a lot better that Jimmy keeps dropping.
Alright, so the bread trick doesn't want to work. Sometimes it works really well, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it doesn't, which really sucks. But usually the force behind the bread is enough to pop the bearing, the bearing out. But this time, it really is not, so we're gonna fish the bread out of this thing, and then go rent a pilot bearing removal tool. So since the bread technique didn't work this time, we're gonna head off to AutoZone and rent the pilot bearing tool. So we just copped the tool. So how this works is these two prongs go into the actual hole of the bearing itself, clamps onto it, and pulls it out. So let's hope it works. And just like that, it pulled the bearing right out. Yeah, now the flywheel bolts need to be clean because they have old Loctite on them, and then we're gonna Loctite them up and bolt the flywheel on.
Got the flywheel bolts all nice and cleaned up. Gonna throw some Loctite on them and then throw the lightweight flywheel on. It's got to be torqued to 100, but we're gonna do it in synchros. It's gonna be like 70, 80, 90, 100. But make sure you guys always go in a star pattern.
How hard did you fail?
Started again. Huh?
How hard did you fail?
Pretty bad. Dude, they gave me such a hard time. Like, the guy was like so angry to do it. And stuff.
I can only imagine.
So yeah, like he was so like angry and stuff about it, and then he rode the crap out of my clutch, and I like kind of called him out for it, and he was just like the whole rest of the day, and I was just like, okay, dude, sorry. I went to 3 different places. This was a really pain in the tuchus.
Got Don putting in work, holding the crank while he tightens down the flywheel bolts. There it goes.
It's on.
It's on. So now we gotta throw the clutch on, put the alignment tool through it, and then bolt on the pressure plate. Okay, so now the pressure plate needs to go on, and those are torqued at an only 22 foot-pounds, which is insanely low, but
22?
that's what it calls for.
Oh shit, then I changed it on you. Yeah, I could.
Go in a star pattern and just ease them in, don't just bottom one out each at a time. Alright, so we have the pressure plate now bolted up, so essentially the tranny is now able to put back in. I don't know if we're gonna do that right now. It's such a pain in the ass. Drew is currently working on a dirt bike with neighbor Jim, so his car isn't in here yet. We'll probably get to that in a little bit, but as of right now, for some reason I feel like absolute crap today. It just hit me really hard, so I'm gonna sit down for a little while and then work on Drew's car. So yeah, so now throw-out bearing needs to be removed and replaced, so there's a clip on the back of it. All right, that just popped off. Needs to go on like that, and it should slide right back on the fork. And Witchy is behind me.
Nice work. You're doing a good job there.
Thank you, Slick. And just like that, new bearing is on. Just press right onto that bracket. Now we gotta put the clip back on and slide it on the clutch fork, and we should be perfect.
I'm not looking forward to this.
All back together, throw-out bearings nice. Clutch fork is on, pivot ball is there, and we're all set. Time to marry the transmission to the engine. So we were supposed to head out to a car meet all together, but then we realized it's literally about to downpour. So the meet's off, but Roger decided to come with his buddy and a very, very stock S13. And it's gorgeous. Hey, Roger. What's up, buddy? Look at this thing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of jealous.
It's super OEM plus.
I want it.
Right before, that's Ryan. Ryan, that's Jimmy.
What's up, buddy? Damn.
Pop the hood on this to show it.
What the hell? Where'd you find this thing? What old lady did you grab this thing from? Oh wow, it's a slant top too.
Yeah.
That is the most low-key thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's so quiet.
That is unreal. What the hell?
I'm quite jealous too.
That's so
Trust me.
gorgeous. Props to you, bud. Not bad. So sick.
Yeah, it's barely got any rust too.
Alright, so we just raced the cars in, and as I got mine in, it started downpouring.
When you got no hood, so you can't drift in the rain.
Alright, so we attempted to throw the tranny in, and it just doesn't want to go in. It didn't want to come out either, so, shut up, Chip. So, we're going to lower the subframe. Hopefully that'll give us enough room, because the top of the tranny is hitting the top of the tranny tunnel, and it's being a pain in the ass. So, even with the oil pan jacked up and the motor tilted all the way back, it still doesn't want to go. So we're going to, like I said, lower the subframe and try that. Alright, after wrestling Don's transmission for a good half hour, it finally decided to pop in. Now, as I do transition, I slowly learn that no matter, it'll seem like it's not going to go in by any means at all, and one, right twist of the wrist will just make that thing send right in after fighting it for 30 minutes. That seems to be a very concurring event. So,
Taking it out, putting it back in.
so here's a big tip. So, for you guys with the KA, if you'll focus on my face, for you guys with the KA, the top of the tranny tunnel hits the top of the tranny because the starter has a the starter is on top of the tranny, which causes a large hump which hits the tower. So we were able to get the tranny in by flipping it literally 180 degrees, then getting the nose of the input shaft into the clutch, rotating it, and then seating the rest of it, and that saved us, I don't know, a stupid amount of time. So there's a tip for you. But for then, we slid it in, got a few bolts, and Don's throwing the rest of them in. I'm gonna make him finish those because I'm hurting.
It's all good. Thanks.
Of course. So awesome. Hopefully we can get those bolts in, and then harness, drive shaft, fluid, shifter, mount, done. Sorry, I had pizza in my mouth, but Roger wanted to test fit Drew's wing because Roger's looking for a wing for his car, and we're gonna ask for you guys' opinion. Roger's car is pretty stock body, so it's a little hard, but it's a very aggressive wing. I really like it.
What? You like that?
You know what?
Ooh, that looks
Comment if you agree. I think an R32 R32 GTR wing would look the best.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like a mini. It's a little bit smaller than a Kooky wing, but it's the same, basically the same look. I think it would fit this car amazing. Roger, what do you think?
you know what? I think the smaller one would be nicer, but
Hell, Roger, just send it with the Big Country Labs right now.
oh my god.
That'd be like 2014 car scene right there.
Yeah.
Stock body cars with like Big Country Lab wings.
I need opinions. I don't know what to do, but it needs a wing.
Just go with the D-Max wing. That would look great on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the D-Max wing is like a little, it's like a kind of a flat lip that hangs off the back of your trunk. It looks really good. So, while Don's still building on the tranny, I decided to get a head start on Drew's car. Oh God, I almost just fell. I was doing it on jack stands, and I just loosened all his lug nuts. So, pulling off all his wheels, and Drew, I'm calling you out. Your lug nuts are really loose. You guys remember, always triple check your lug nuts because that could be bad. But yeah, so I'm pulling the wheels off now, and I'm gonna start bleeding the brakes for him because his brakes need to be bled horribly. All right, Roger, I'm recruiting you.
I gotta do stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get in Drew's driver's seat. Please and thank you.
I'm recruiting you. This isn't gonna fall, right? When a big voice hits it?
Hope not.
Oh my.
I'm gonna just let this fluid go over. So Roger, pump the brakes for me. And hold them. Oh, keep holding it. Oh no, it's stuck. Okay, pump them and hold. It's the worst way to do it. Alright guys, essentially you do that for every single caliper. You start from the farthest one from the master cylinder and you just work your way there, and it's easy as that. But I'm gonna do this a little bit better so I don't make a giant mess. Alright, brakes all set now. Thank you, Roger. Thank you very much. And Drew, you should be all set. In case. I'm gonna leave Drew's car on jack stands for tonight. I don't know if he wants to lower it or not. I think he wants to, so we might do that tomorrow, and then we'll give it an alignment. But for now, Donovan, did you get all the training bolts on?
All the training bolts are on.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I'm just putting the cross member on and gonna bolt up the drive shaft. I gotta plug in a few more harness wires and what else? I think that's
Fluids.
Fluids, obviously.
And
you guys
shifter.
gotta run fluids, you know. And I think that's it. And then spark plugs, I gotta throw those in.
And
You know, and
he's
shout out
awesome.
to Jimmy, thank you, Jimmy.
Got you, homie. So today's ended up being more about Don's car, but it's whatever. Don needs to be back on the road. Drew's is running, Don's is not, so whatever. But Drew's car is down here, so probably tomorrow we're gonna finish it up and get that all, you know, done together. And hopefully we'll be able to give Don's clutch a few break-in slides, and same with Drew. So, Donovan, you know the drill.
Like, comment, subscribe. Have a good night, guys.
So I just wanted to say I'm sorry for the orders if they're taking a little bit longer than expected, just because my vinyl machine has been very slow lately. It's been a lot of orders and I'm trying to keep up. So I think we should be caught up by tomorrow. So thank you for being patient. And for you guys who haven't noticed, I opened the store to international shipping. So for you guys that aren't in the States, you can get stickers now. So I'll leave the link in the description like always. So take a look and thank you.